In this video, we are going to be analysing AbbVie, ticker ABBV. If you want your own stock analysed, throw that in the comments. We'll get around to it when we can. Now, to get straight into it, what are the key levels we're paying attention to? Again, from an intraday perspective, this 138.10 is definitely key. Again, if you're not in the Discord, we can post levels like this to you if you're interested. But you can see, obviously, market open. We came straight into this level. Quick pullback, we tested it once more, basically a double top, and we started to sell off this level. Now, why was this level so key? And we will go through that exactly now, because again, if you watch this channel before, you'll know exactly how we do our analysis on this, or at least our technical analysis on stocks, and that's using standard deviation channels. And what you can see is at $138.10. This is our second deviation on the 1 year. So again, when the market's open today, we were paying attention to this as a resistance to potentially play short bias. And you can see right below, we actually now have a support at 136.80. This is our second deviation on the 6 month. And again, just to keep things clear, the left chart is a 6 month, the right is a 1 year. Now, the way we use these levels is the first time we basically test them, we expect a kind of reversal. If we come back to retest them, then more likely to get a break. Again, we're not looking at this from so much a 1 minute perspective or 5 minute perspective, but instead at kind of the 4 hour. If you're getting a retest, for example, now if we pull back, we then retest this 138 on the 4 hour, then we're likely to break and we can start getting some bullish moves, which is something I am paying attention to on AbbVie, because what you can see is, where are we? Second deviation on the 6 months, second deviation on the 1 year. These are downsides. This means we are oversold on AbbVie. And again, if we're looking at it from an investment standpoint, definitely bullish, or if it was something we were looking to buy or add to the portfolio, getting in at these values are the levels that make sense. But again, from a trading perspective, the way we use these is basically just playing these levels. So again, we came into this, look to play that pullback as an intraday level. If we come down to this 136.80 intraday, potentially looking for that bounce as well. But the bigger, more swing trade and a day trade, if you want to be a bit more patient, are going to be at the key levels that we haven't yet hit. So 128 to 129.80. These are our third deviations between the 6 month and the 1 year. Now, this range is going to be a key layer of support. Third deviation is my favorite, because if you understand standard deviations, you know that 99.7% of data trades within their third deviations. Again, it's a stock market, nothing's going to be that accurate, but it's just a good indication that if a stock comes down to that value, we are likely to bounce. So what this basically means is, if AbbVie can come that bit lower, basically from 130, I am looking at this very long bias. We'll probably look to play it either long in the shares or hedge with a put, just again, because then we have defined risk, or we could look to just buy outright calls or credit or debit spreads from this level. So that's how we're looking at trading it. And again, I will be looking to trade long bias at that level. Now, if we do start breaking that 138, we do have further resistance at 145 and 146. This is our first deviation between the 6 month and the 1 year. Again, this would be our target if we're long, or a target at least, because the first time we come into this level, again, we would expect at least a pullback, if not a move lower. And again, that's why we lock in profits coming into these levels. So if we, because we do always basically expect a pullback, so it's whether that pullback is just a pullback or it turns into an overall reversal. So that would be our target, key target for now. If we go higher, we have the 152 to the 154 statistical mean. Now, this is fair value on the stock. Again, if we're from a trading perspective, I don't want to ever be holding a stock at this value. I might trade to it, but I will not be trading off it, because fair value is fair value. If I'm trading, I don't want to be, well, for me, basically trading at fair value from a trading perspective just seems like, again, we don't know what direction it goes. You're really just going to be waiting for that catalyst that picks its direction. So that's why I tend to trade to it if we're below it. And again, the same thing, if we were trading above this level, then I would be looking to trade to it, to the short side. But right now we are down to, well, we are below statistical mean, we are below fair value. So really looking to get long bias from these levels if we can. And again, using them as targets as well. So if we're long now, that 145 is going to be our target. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you will probably enjoy this video too.